I think it's
Just a moment. Just a moment. Give me a moment. The registration form which every exhibitor has to fill it up and send it across along with the design. So I'm just going to take you through how and what all details you are all are supposed to fill up. Okay, so the first table that you see on the form. Okay, we have already mentioned the deadline as 5th February 2021. All right, so all of you are requested to get your designs ready, the contents, the brochures, visiting card, and this form ready, videos, whatever. I mean, whatever the things are required, you are requested to get it collated with you. Okay, as an exhibitor. Okay, because see, I mean, uh, we believe that you being an exhibitor and your brand is your child. All right, we believe that wherever you collect the designs from and wherever you get it your video prepared and everything, but you keep all those materials with you, right? You must have a look for once at least, because that is your brand, and whatever things are going to be put up on the stall are going to be viewed by global visitors. All right, so you need to ensure that your brand is properly being perceived, and it is your brand is justified by other people. I mean, that your brand gets that perception value altogether, right? So coming back again, this is the form which we are going to circulate. Many of you might be having it, but please ignore that form because we have added one more column and some few more details. All right, so this is the form. Again, we are going to share it with you, and uh, your time for submission will start from tomorrow morning until 5th of February evening. All right. So these are the exhibitor dashboard details. What we need your company name, the name of your representative. So whosoever it may be owner or maybe partner or maybe on whose we are going to. So on whose name we are going to create the booth. Okay. So there will be only one login ID for one exhibitor, one booth. All right. So you can fill up your name of the representative, designation, company address, mobile WhatsApp number. Make sure you put your WhatsApp number. All right, email ID, website, fascia name. Now fascia name is something very important because that is going to be viewed by the visitors, and that particular name has to be maybe a company name or whatever you wish to put up there. It is going to come on the stall's fascia, right? Then you have a power team. Power team, you have to mention which power team you belong to, and to identify which power team you belong to, the options are given below. So either you belong to agri-based, textiles, food and hospitality. So complete the complete line. All right, select the complete line and paste it. All right. This is the second option. All other trades and professions, art, media, events and entertainment, computer, electronics and IT is one power team. Industrial and automotive are one power team. Lifestyle, health and wellness are one power team. Professional services, consulting and education are one power team. Then real estate, construction and interiors, they belong to one power team. So whichever power team you belong to, just simply paste the entire row over here, right? Then moving on to the another page, it is about your company profile. So you can simply copy paste your company profile. That means your about us, whatever your about us write up is there, you can simply paste it. Make sure it is not more than 150 to 180 words, right? Then over here in this table, we need your stall representative details. Like stall representative details means those people whose name are going to be displayed on the booth chat option. Okay, so you can see your name also might come here, all right, or maybe your office employees names can come here. Okay, so you can just simply write your name here, designation, WhatsApp number has to start with +91. Okay, it has to start with +91. And whereby ID for video calling option. So how do you create your whereby ID? The steps are given here. Okay, so for whereby ID, visit the website whereby.com. Then click on get started. Okay, there is a button called as get started. Enter your name, enter your email ID, tick on the terms of service. So just a tick mark. Okay, and then click on sign up. Once you get a once you click on sign up, you will get a login code on the email ID which you would have put there. Okay, just simply put that code in the login code and click on verify. After that, once you click on verify, you will be uh, you will see the 3 options to join. So you can simply select the free plan, okay, and type your company name without spaces. Okay, then there is a button, toggle button for the locked room. Okay, so just inactive that locked room button, and once the room gets created, click on that room, whatever your company name that you will put. Okay, now let's say you cannot put the similar company name every time. So let's say if you have 3 representatives, put your company name as, let's say, ABC1, ABC2, ABC3, likewise. Okay, and then once the room gets created, click on that room. Okay, and simply copy the URL, and paste it on the about table. It is hardly a minute's job, not more than a minute. Okay, simply copy paste that URL in this column, in this cell, basically. All right, then as more everyone might you all might be aware that your stall is going to be looked like this. Okay, so whatever white spaces that you are seeing here, okay, these are the options. I mean, for these spaces we will be needing your designs. Now how do you get it designed, what size? It is mentioned in the table below. Okay, so let's say display standee 1. Now this is your display standee 1. All right, so the sizes that we have mentioned here is 250 mm by 500 mm height. Width will be 250 mm, height will be 500 mm, right? And the resolution will be 150 dpi. All right, 150 dpi. So similarly, all the designs, these all designs, you need to get it created from your designer. Visiting card image, ideally you can just notice that visiting card image is required in pixel, right? Visiting card is required in pixel, and then that also has to be in 150 dpi. Okay, then we have mentioned the special instruction. While designing, always design in mm, because you can see on the first this thing, everywhere it is mm. Okay, while designing, when you are designing in mm, don't forget to export in web. Please explain this to your designer. Don't forget to export to web. Okay, and then save it in 150 resolution dpi, and you are done. Simple. Okay, then we will be needing a brochures of your company in PDF format. Brochures has to be in PDF format, maximum 3 brochures. Okay, and each brochure size should not exceed 5 MB. All right, although every specifications are mentioned here, but still I'm explaining. Any brochure must not exceed the file of 5 MB, file size of 5 MB. All right, and it has to come along with a in your folder. So now what you can do is select all these designs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, logo 6, and visiting card 7. So you will be having about 7 images. Okay, brochures. Okay, whatever number of brochures you might be having, 1 brochure, 2 brochure, or maximum 3 brochures are allowed. Okay, so that PDF brochure. Okay, all these things you have to keep it stored with yourself in one folder. You have to keep it ready by 5th of February. I am again reiterating the date. It is 5th of February. All right, now there are options. There is for videos, there is a TV on the screen, as you all might have seen. There's a TV on the booth. Now there you need to provide us the YouTube link of your videos. So whatever your videos you might be having, or else quite a few people might not be having any kind of a video. What you can do is simply create your presentation and export it as MP4. Okay, so that gets converted as a video. All right, and then how do you create your YouTube link? Complete specification is given here, the step-by-step process. Okay, log on to www.youtube.com, sign in with any of your email ID. Okay, On the left hand side panel, click on button your videos. Okay, click on button your videos. Then on the top right hand side corner, you will see a button create. Right. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Vishal bhai, please continue.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, then click on upload videos. Okay, there's a button called as create. Then click on upload videos. Select the file, and then you will be completely seeing the entire step-by-step process. Once the video is uploaded, click on next. Again, then there is a button called as again you have to click on next, and then in visibility, do not forget to click on select unlisted. I mean select unlisted. Don't forget this. Select unlisted. Okay, and simply copy that link and paste in the below table here. Simply copy that link and paste here. After that, click on save, and once the processing is complete, click on close button. Simple. Then your video is ready.
There
Right?
won't be inventory in Microsoft, but we will know the domain, and based on that we put.
Hello, is somebody asking me?
Yes. Sorry.
Is somebody asking me anything? Okay. So I hope all of you
Echo.
understood what are
May
our
I,
requirements. Okay, and
Vishalji,
we will
just
be
1 minute.
sharing.
Vishalji, just 1 minute. There is an echo in the system. May I request everyone to kindly mute your
Okay.
microphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on, Vishalji.
Yeah, so I believe everyone might have understood the specification sheet. Okay,
Hello.
we will be circulating this sheet.
Hello.
Right? Max by tomorrow before 12 noon, you will be getting this sheet over your email and your WhatsApp.
I
Okay.
can't hear you.
You can access it from anywhere you wish to, and then you can coordinate and then get all your designs ready by 5th of February.
Yeah,
Okay. Any
Okay.
questions by anyone over here? We have about 3 minutes for question answer for this.
Mr. Vishal, we have a question answer round separate, so I request everybody
Right.
to note down the questions, and once the session is towards the end, we can take the question answers.
Sure. So now I request Mayuri ji, let's introduce Mr. Gagan Kapoor, so that he can take over.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Vishal Mehta. So to help the exhibitors present in a better way, I would like to introduce Mr. Gagan Kapoor. Mr. Gagan Kapoor has the privilege of being India's first exhibition success consultant. Having spent 21 years in managing and training for the exhibitions, he is also a founder and CEO of Servo VMS, which is the India's first exhibitors visitor management app. He is a proud member of BNI Gurgaon from past 9 years. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Gagan Kapoor. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mayuri. It's an absolute pleasure that I am here speaking to you all. I can see the way Avinash was speaking about earlier, and Mudit, and you've been talking about this whole presentation and the way the exhibition is going to happen. I really see the kind of effort you guys are putting in. So that is absolutely tremendous. A lot of you would have seen me in the national trainings. I'm part of the national training team of BNI. And today I'm here for, of course, some other reason. I'm here to talk about how do you really maximize and make the most of the exhibition, or the virtual exhibitions you're going to talk about. It's interesting that after having spoken to a lot of Goa members, as well as a lot of members nationally, I'm also talking about a lot about the my passion, which is exhibitions, and I help as a consultant in two ways with the exhibitors. First, I help the organizers plan the entire exhibition at the strategy level, having helped organizations like FICCI, CII, and other BNI regions in handling these virtual exhibitions. And I also help exhibitors maximize the participation in an exhibition through a series of signature trainings and one-to-one consulting. So today, what we are going to talk about is actually a part of that set of trainings only. And I would actually, today we have only about half an hour, and I know that later in February, we will have another session. So we are going to cover this section, and I'm of course here on a special invitation from Vishal. So what we are going to do is that today we are going to be understanding a bit about all the psychology behind the visitor who's coming in, and how do you plan your various graphics, your videos, your communication and all that. That is what we are going to learn today in just about 30 minutes, which I have. And the next time when I come, we will be talking about the strategies, the sales strategies, identifying the kinds of visitors, and what to talk to those visitors, and how to really maximize the leads. And once you collect all the leads, what to do with them. So we will be talking about those strategies as well, but that is for a later date. I would say, I would only request that for the next half an hour, please be with me. I would request you can keep the phone on a silent mode if you are not logged in from the phone. If you are logged in, please do not put it on silent. Then respond to me on certain things. I will be requesting you for certain things on responding me onto the chat box. So please do that. And yes, you will need to make certain notes so that you can start planning your exhibition. So let's see how many of you are with me on the chat or with me. I see that there are already about 80 people in the room. So it is important for me to know, put a yes in the chat box for me if you are with me and want to know how are you going to maximize your participation in the exhibition. All right, wonderful. It's great to hear the response. I see Goa is just buzzing today. All right, wonderful. So like we do every single thing, I also want to take you to the goal of this exhibition. And I want you to start thinking about what kind of goal you are setting from this particular exhibition. Is it just for the sake of participating you are doing? Or tell me, I think let's take it in the chat, since I saw that already 50 people have responded to me on the chat box. What do you think is your goal you want to achieve from this particular exhibition? Let's hear it out. What is your goal from this exhibition? Maybe it is more business, maybe it is more leads, visibility. I see suddenly Gaurish, architect Avinash, business, visibility, growth and business. Okay, absolutely, I do that. Go global, visibility, a lot of leads. Okay, so I see that a lot of people are talking about the visibility, the growth, the business opportunity, more networking, Umesh says. Okay, wonderful. Brand building. All right. Interesting. Now, these are all the goals, right? I also want to know if any one of you are first time exhibitors. Okay. If you are a first time exhibitor, type 1 for me in the chat box. 1, just 1, numeric 1. I want to know how many are first time exhibitors. Oh my God. There are a lot of first time exhibitors. So that is even interesting. So it is even all the more important that you do the first time right. That is why important. So since there are so many first time exhibitors, before I actually talk a bit about what goals you're going to set, I want to talk about the 5 reasons why exhibitions help you and how they can help you, right? First of all, these exhibitions are going to give you a lot of exposure. You will suddenly be put across hundreds of exhibitors and thousands of the people who are going to be turning in. So definitely it's going to give you a lot of exposure. And if you brand yourself right, it is going to also give you a lot of credibility among the people, because branding has a lot of power. And if you are talking to them right, you will appear, of course, more credible. Branding has that kind of a possibility. Of course, it is going to give you a lot of opportunities to interact. Let me tell you, if you are participating in an exhibition, the next week after the participation, you will have to keep free to handle the leads which you are going to participate. So otherwise, if you do not keep the next week free, there is no point participating in an exhibition, because otherwise you will lose the whole fun of it, right? It is going to give you a lot of information. Some people will come to your stall and tell you whether this is good or you like it, or they like a product or not like a product. Ready information you get, and a lot of product information you also get. People will come onto your booth and they will ask you, do you have this or do you have that? I would say that you should know that this is the scope of the growth, because sometimes people will come and you don't have that. It is ready product information for that. All right. There is a comment. Mudit, can I? All right, let me just do that bit. I think there is a comment in the chat box. Let me just put that. Disable annotation. All right. Okay, good. So let's now move forward and talk further. Then I want to talk about the role of virtual exhibitions. And I saw Avinash was just talking about how the whole scenario in this time has changed suddenly. But we also know that because of this pandemic and the physical exhibitions have totally gone burst. I know that because I've been in touch with a lot of organizers, physical exhibitions are still to start. But I see that businesses, of course, can't stop selling. And businesses will not stop, and selling, of course, won't stop. Continuous efforts are definitely required by all of us to keep selling, to keep promoting our business. We also know that a new normal is now setting up, right? Next onwards, you will see that once the exhibitions open up, virtual exhibitions are going to stay. In fact, what is going to happen is that all the organizers, I'm working with the organizers for launching exhibitions now. Most of the organizers are planning a physical exhibition and a virtual model of the same. So physical exhibition will happen for 3-4 days and the virtual will continue for a month or so. You know, that is how it's going to go. And then the good part about virtual exhibition is sitting home or in office, you can reach to global audience. That's the best part about it. You will have people logging in from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, and you will see from Americas, and you will see, wow, that's amazing. I'm sitting here, I'm getting that visibility, how good it is, right? But what I would like to talk about here is, which is a topic for today as well, you will have to be digitally ready to be really, really visible to the people. If you do not put a good effort with your branding on this particular platform, the thousands of people who are going to come to your stall will just pass because they don't find your stall attractive enough to start starting a discussion with you. So what are some of the things which are very critical for you? And Avinash, Vishal did show a graphic to you where it said that there are some things which are going to be on your booth. You will have your videos. You will have your brochures, product catalogs. You will also have your website listed there, right? All of these things a visitor can immediately go and see. Now, the moment they go and see your video or the product catalog or the website, if they do not get confidence enough in you, in your credibility, you can take it in writing from me, there will be no further communication the visitor is going to do. I have researched on visitor psychology and I know that happens all the time. By sitting on the laptop, they also have a choice of immediately going on to LinkedIn and looking at your LinkedIn, your Facebook, or any other page or Instagram page. If they do not find you properly, or or if you haven't been updating that, you have a shabby page, the visitors are not interested to talk to you. And a lot of visitors do look at your complete credentials before talking to you. So now let's come back to the same scenario. Now let's come back to what kind of goals you should have. And I saw a lot of you are ambitious enough to have these goals. I want to talk about what kind of goals you should set for this. And you should, if you are, you have a notebook with you, write down some goals with me. First of all, how many visitors will see my booth? Okay. Now you may say that this is not in my control. How can I control the number of visitors who are going to see my booth? Let me tell you, it is absolutely in control. And some of the steps I'm going to tell you, you will be able to. And let me tell you that you will not just keep sitting on your booth. You will also be actively networking And when you are networking in the lounge or in the one-to-one areas and all that, you will be telling the people to please come and visit my booth. The keywords you're going to put or all the graphics and all that you're going to put is going to make an impact that the visitor is visiting your booth. So write down a figure. How many visitors do you expect to visit in those 3 days or 4 days of the exhibition? Just put a figure, because it is very, very important for you to do that. And once you have done that, right, let's hear it out on the chat box. What is that? What are the kind of numbers which are coming into the into this? Let's see, what are you expecting from this? Any number, 200, 500. Yeah, there you go. Anish says 500, 2000. Avinash says, all right, 100, 300, 10, 1000, 3000. Okay, that's a good ambition. And let me tell you, you can make it. You can definitely make it if you put the right kind of effort. Whatever numbers you are going to put, ambitions are great. But if you do not take action on it, those numbers will fall flat on their face, right? So you need to work towards it. And one step we are going to do is to understand today how you're going to be digitally ready and what are you going to talk. The second step would be, out of those people who visit you, how many meaningful conversations will you be able to have during the exhibition? Which means you have an option for a video on option, right? So the visitor, if you do the right kind of things, the visitor will be able to click the button and start a video call with you. So you should aim that I should actually be able to have 15 or 20 video calls a day. Okay. A general survey of the virtual exhibitions say that you get a lot of visitors. At most, people are able to do a 15-minute slot on video calls, and they're able to do about, somebody I've seen, I've consulted recently, they did about 35 video calls a day. But if you have more people from your team, you can increase the number. How great it is, right? So one thing is it is important for you to have more people from your team, but also look at, out of the 500 or 300 visitors who are come, everybody is not going to come and see your stand. So what you need to do is you need to see how many meaningful conversations you are going to have during this particular exhibition. Then, as I mentioned, Mudit, can you help me please make somebody silent? I think somebody's unmuted. Okay, great. Thank you. So after that, what you're going to do is you need to look at how many follow-up meetings you're going to have. As I said, you will need to keep aside at least 1 week after the exhibition to follow up on the leads and plan meetings. 1 week, the iron is hot, you're going to get it. Otherwise, you forget that people are going to be in touch with you, right? So be very clear. You need to set a goal, put a figure. If I want to have, let's say 25 follow-up meetings along with it. And yes, you need to make a business closed goal. I will close, write it down in present tense. I am closing 10 lakhs of business from this 5,000 worth of investment. I will close 20 lakhs of business. Please write it down. It has a lot of power, because then you will act towards it. And after having written this, as I said, you will have to act to achieve them. And the best way to achieve these goals, what we're going to talk, and this is now in the virtual exhibitions, it is becoming more and more prevalent. And I could not find a better match than a renowned sales model which started about 40 years back. And this model actually is called the AIDA model. Okay, exhibition is all about sales. So what you are going to do is, first task for you is, how are you going to bring awareness for the people who are going to visit on your stand? So the right kind of graphics, the right kind of videos, and the right kind of brochures are going to make sure that you have the right kind of awareness, which is going to generate enough interest for these people. And once the interest is generated, then you talk to them about it. There is enough desire to carry forward a meeting and talk to you. And you will also get certain referrals along the way, because some people who have discussed with you, they're going to give you referrals. Take action on those referrals, take action on those meetings, and I am absolutely sure that you are going to close sales with it. So remember, simple term, AIDA, you need to make people aware of yourself, show interest, let them show interest in your products and services, have the desire, and then take action immediately, it is going to really be helpful for you. So let me now quickly talk about the visitor psychology. What is going to happen? Visitor is going to log in, right? They're going to come into the lobby. They will probably, some of the visitors will go to the auditorium area. Some of the visitors will hang around in the networking area. So you as an exhibitor need to go to these places and reach out to these visitors to start conversations with them, because you can see their profile and all that as well, right? And once they move, they will come to the exhibition area as well. You will know about that as well. Don't wait that after the exhibition I will get a data and I will start dealing with them. I can tell you, you can buy a lakh of email IDs at a cost of 3,000 rupees. I'll give you that if you want. You will not do anything if you are not going to do anything. And whatever is going to happen during the exhibition. So you need to create those interests. So people who are coming to the exhibition area, you need to interact with them, have messages ready for them, which you're going to send. And then after that, they will come onto your exhibition stall, right? They will be scrolling. The moment you click that, there's a big list of exhibitors come in, and that's when they click. And once they click, that is where this particular stall comes in. This is one of the current exhibitions of Vishal, which is happening right now. And you see here a lot of graphics, and I want to talk about these graphics. You see there are a lot of graphics. You see here the standee, a logo, and a video also on the screen, right? So if you notice, the same little old things come in handy, all the kind of things which are required. But what is going to make you do business and close more leads is the way you are going to present them. So first of all, professionalism has to show up instantly. This moment somebody looks at your booth, the designing, please hire a designer, a proper designer, to get some of the graphics or the brochures done, right? Yes, I understand you've spent some money on buying the stall. Please, if you want a great amount of visibility, please assign somebody from your BNI chapter to help you with the brochures and the graphics, okay? And look absolutely professional with your every single thing which you're going to present to people. That's number one. Number two, it is going to be a simple formula which is called the WIFM principle. Whatever, and WIFM is what's in it for me, which actually means that whatever you are going to talk on that booth, whether it is the graphics or the brochure and all that, everything will be what is in it for the customer who's going to visit. Is there something for everybody? So you are going to do a target market. You are going to talk about the benefits of the product and not the features. For example, you could talk about know the strategies of getting 25% efficiency in your business, save 5% of the cost, right? These are the kind of things which you need to talk, which catches the eye of a visitor, that what is that you are doing in a UPVC windows which can save my electricity by 20%, right? For example, a headline could be a UPVC window which can save 20% of your cost. You are talking about a consumer benefit, and people would like to know from you, and that is when they will enter, right? So you will have to plan this bit with him. What's in it for the customer you need to look at. And the next thing what you will need to see is your USP. You should define what is your unique selling proposition. What is that unique which you bring to the table, right? I was seeing some of the categories, some of the people who were talking about their business. A lot of them are, I could see financial planners as well, and a lot of other businesses. How are you different from your immediate competitor? What your competitor doesn't provide? You have to talk about it. Otherwise, if there are 3 financial planners, how will you differentiate? Why will they come to you? It has to be very clear on your booth. And whenever you are talking about your brochures, your graphics, whatever, divide it into various categories. Let me give you an example of a photographer. Okay. So if you have a photographer and you have an option to load or upload 2-3 different kind of brochures, for that matter, even 5, as long as the size is less than 5 MB, right? So probably you could have 2 or 3 different kind of brochures: a wedding brochure, an event brochure, a commercial shoot brochure, like that. So people who are interested in weddings will actually click the wedding brochure, or if they're interested, immediately you will resonate with the category of the person, right? For example, UPVC, you could actually say solutions for commercial spaces, solutions for homes, solutions for hotels, solutions for hospitals. Immediately people are going to resonate, and that is how you should ideally plan. Or you want to make categories. For example, consider the UPVC. You want to consider a plan like a vacuum filled heat resistant UPVC types and all that. So it depends on that, but you need to see that how you are differentiating the various categories. It's going to greatly impact the way people are going to connect with you, and they will feel intrigued, because everybody will say, let me tell you, most of the brochures, how they look like. You click them, you go into the brochure segment, and it will look like about us. The name of the brochure will be my profile. You know, you don't need to, even the name of that brochure should be wedding brochure by Gagan Kapoor, wedding brochure by Mayuri. So these are the kind of things what you're going to write, right? So that people resonate instantly, because once they download it is going to be in their download immediate. Let's see, they're going to download that file in the briefcase. If your name is not there properly in the file, next time they will not be able to see that properly, right? They will not be able to find it, because everybody has got in my profile 1, my profile _2. These are the names what people are writing. No use of that. Be careful. So how do you really prepare for your virtual stall? Let's see it one by one. Okay. First of all, we need to look at the videos. When we're talking about our videos, create very short and crisp and very professional looking videos. These days, even the home videos which you can create it professionally. And absolutely okay if you know how to do that. Otherwise, take a help from a member, right? First video, minimum, I can say that you can have a list of 5-6 videos if you want, right? But I would say minimum one video you should have is a corporate video which talks about your company in general. People do get resonated immediately once they like to see videos these days. You are also consuming so many videos on YouTube these days, right? Next is, in case you want to have another video, the next in line should be a director or owner's video welcoming to you onto the stall, saying, I am Gagan Kapoor and I take pleasure in inviting you to my stall. And on our stall, we have, talk about it for a minute. What all kind of services you have. The personal touch really will help you connect with the people. The third kind of a video you can have is actually key products video, right? Corporate video should talk about your capacity, should talk about your range of services, the years of experience and all that. But this product video could actually be more specific about your products, about the kind of products, right? And that is what is going to help you plan that. And that is why I'm saying it is a third in line, not the first. Your product video will not be the first in line. Then it is always great to have some testimonials about your business. People are looking for social proofs. So what you are going to do, what you should do is have some testimonials on the way. It is going to greatly help you. People will be completely in love when they see the testimonials. Then if you want to do more, some people actually do a facility tour. If you have a factory and you take a tour of your factory, how people are working and all that, some sections of it can come in the corporate video as well, but you can actually, to build confidence, do that as well. Or if you want to have the last one, you can have quality parameters, compliances in place and all that, just to increase more confidence. But I would recommend, if not everything, at least have a nice corporate video or your own video saying and welcoming people onto the booth. It is going to give a real personal touch, right? So that's about the videos. Next, let's talk about product catalogs. When it is product catalogs, you will again have to think about the brand image, the credibility you are building, and the clarity in communication you're going to have. One thing which you definitely need to have is a corporate brochure, which is named by your company. Okay, not my profile, my brochure version 2.3, nothing like that. It will have to be named when uploaded like that. Then after a corporate catalog, you can have a very specific category based catalog. As I said, also you can have it. Like I said, a wedding brochure or a product brochure or a commercial photo shoot brochure for a photographer. These could be various kind of profiles which one can have, right? So it's good to have category based profile so that if I am a visitor and I'm interested in something, I can immediately have a look at that. Then what you need to look at is if you have certain certifications which are mandatory, you should give that there. People are going to get more confidence in you if you have certain kind of certifications, ISO 7001 or 14001 and all that. Do put that. If on a personal level you are a certified trainer or you are a CFP, talk about these specific set of certifications. It's going to greatly help you gain that confidence of the people. Do not leave this section blank. Let's come to our website. And this is where one of the bigger challenge lies. Let me tell you, in the past 10 months, all the people I have consulted, this is where I had to put a lot of action. Because if your website is not that great, people go suddenly see your website. What is going to happen? They will not find it great. An old website, not updated. They will not get that kind of a confidence. So your message, what is you're giving in a brochure or you're giving in your entire videos and all that, has to pass it on to your website. So ideally, whenever you're doing, it has to be a mobile friendly website with a clear messaging and navigation. And it has to have a social media integration as well. But I believe that for many of you, you will have a basic website. I understand that. And you may feel that it may not be the right time, or you don't want to spend another 40,000, 50,000 rupees in making a website. If you can do that, it's great. This is time for you to digitally upgrade because you're going to need it forever. But if you do not, I would recommend another thing. You can have a landing page done from your webmaster or your team member. Just get a landing page done specifically for the exhibition. It doesn't cost much, but this landing page, you put the link. So the moment somebody clicks, it goes onto the landing page. So that even if your website isn't that great and you don't want to showcase it like that, you can always send them to a landing page which is nicely designed for that exhibition. Will greatly help you enhance your image for this exhibition. And I would recommend reach out to your website designer in your chapter to take a quick check from them how my website looks like. You will know, they know about it, absolutely know about it. And you have to have an updated content on your website in case. The next bit, which is in your control, which again, a lot of people do not look at, is our social media profile. Now, there are a couple of must-haves. If you haven't done it, you need to have your, for B2B businesses, LinkedIn. For B2C, Insta and Facebook are a must. So definitely have to have these 2 or 3 business pages on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook. Why? Because people are actively looking at to you on these platforms. So once you have that, for the next 20 days, you have another 20 days for your exhibition. You need to start posting some content on those profiles. Okay, what you need to do, you can put a company update, something new which has happened in your company, some new development, new product you have launched, talk about it. You have certain infrastructure, you want to show a big picture of your factory, or you want to talk about that we are proud to have served these kind of customers, talk about it. Ask any of our clients to give you a testimonial, a video testimonial or a written testimonial, and post it on your social media post. And last but not the least, if you can do, if you're already doing it, write down blogs, articles, and put some videos if you can. People are going to look at your video, your social media profiles. It is becoming very, very essential. So better start building it now. All what you need to do is, you need, if you can, to build an expert image. You should appear, you are an expert, right? Whatever profession you are in, You have to appear a expert on these platforms. And the last bit, what comes in, is your stall imagery. Now you see, this is the stall which is there, right? I will take just a couple of more minutes. We're almost done, just to the time. If you see that this is how his stall is going to look like, and you will see some of these imagery, right? What has happened is that a lot of times people put images not knowing that this is not a usual brochure or a graphic. And this is how it looks like. Just see how this graphic looks like. It is not even readable, right? So it has to clearly show what you do. Your images have to be big rather than small text. No small text on these images, please. Even though you have an option, when you click, you can actually see them, see the image, but still the smaller text is not visible. So any smaller text reading material should be least preferred. Visitors should immediately be able to see the broad categories instantly. Let me give you an example of this, okay? I'm going to show you two images, image A and image B. Tell me what is more visible and readable to you. Okay, this is on screen. Huh? You are also seeing it on screen. This is image number 1, which is a brochure somebody had. And this is image number 2. Tell me which of the image you would prefer, image number 1 or image number 2 to be seen on screen. 1 or 2, put it on the chat box for me, please. Absolutely, I see 2 as a unanimous decision. Why? Because image is a close-up, image is broad, easily visible, right? While that image number 1 is not at all visible, the text is not visible and all that. So you would prefer image number 2. So what you need to do is, whenever you creating your graphics for this world, for this exhibition, you will have to have bigger images with a clear 1 or 2 sentences message, which attracts people's attention. And clearly define the top 3 images which are going to catch the eye of the people. That's what you need to do. And let me tell you, all of these things, what you're going to do, if you can do, it is going to greatly help you plan your, get your exhibition strategy right. And that is very important. But I know that I've told you a lot of things. I've told you. So I'm going to tell you the basics, what you should do if you want to make this exhibition even a little bit successful for you. Because don't tell me after that it did not work for me. It is not going to work if you do not take the right decisions. So first, the best images to represent your products and services, you have to put that. 3 of them, as I said, bigger images, no small text. At least one corporate video you have to plan within the next 20 days. If you can shoot it yourself, great. Otherwise, tell somebody to shoot it for you. 1 professional corporate brochure, must for you. Then, if you can do a website upgrade, it will be great. But if not, invest in a landing page. It is going to greatly enhance your business. These days with WordPress templates, you can easily create landing pages. It's not a problem. And I would request you to immediately make, if you do not have, company LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. I know most of you will have these pages, but we don't update that much. Business pages I'm talking about. So you need to go make these business pages and update for the next 20 days. You need to update it regularly, every 2 days. So that a person with, when they go onto your social media, they see top last 10 posts and some activity there. Start posting your content immediately. So this is what we had today, a 30-minute capsule about it. But what's next? Next time, 3 to 4 days before the exhibition, when we are going to come back, there will be certain things which we'll be talking about. We will be talking about selling strategies. Okay. We will be talking about the 7 kind of visitors who come to your booths and what to talk to them. We will be talking about how to engage with prospects in trade shows. We will also be talking about what to do with the leads, what you get out of it, and how to interact with them. And we will also be talking about some strategies in how to close sales. So this is what we are going to plan for the next session when we meet. But my request to you is, you need to start taking action immediately. Okay. I want to hear from you on the chat box. What are the 2 actions minimum you are going to do post this? I want to hear from you on the chat box. If you can write it for me. what are the 2 actions which you are going to take immediately in the next 20 days to get it, to make it a superb exhibition for you. Let's hear it out from you. Is that people are thinking about it, or I haven't received anything on the chat box so far? Strategy and act. Okay. Get my designer to make professional brochure. Okay, good to hear that. Skandan, complete digital upgradation. Dr. Manish says, good to hear that. Make LinkedIn and Instagram pages. I'm happy to hear that, Avinash. Prepare good marketing videos, proper flyers, website and videos, corporate videos. Okay, good. I'm so happy to see this kind of a response. And next time I meet you, I want to see some great videos and brochures and all that. And I will be definitely visiting this exhibition. Not only that, I'm going to even tell a lot of people from Gurgaon. I did not know about this exhibition as yet. I'm going to tell a lot of members of Gurgaon to be a part of this particular exhibition. And I will talk to the organizers. If we can commit also from Gurgaon certain booths to you, I'll be more than happy to plan something along with you on this. Okay. So with this, I thank you so much for inviting me here onto this particular forum today to talk about your exhibition and how you are going to make this exhibition. Thank you, Vishal, for inviting me, and thank you, team Goa, for helping me even spread my message of planning better exhibitions for the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gagan Kapoor. It was really interesting, and I'm sure all the exhibitors are feeling very confident after the guidelines given by you for the mega virtual exhibition. And of course, you are most welcome. BNI Gurgaon is most welcome to join us for this Goa Biz Fest. We would love to host the BNI Gurgaon chapter as well. I know many people must have a lot of questions, but I request all the exhibitors to write down the questions so that we can have a cumulative question answer sessions post the all the speakers give their talks. Now, can I request Mr. Vishal to just give us the demo for the stall so that exhibitors understand how proceed further. Over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Mayuri. And first of all, I would like to, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank you, Gaganji, for such an excellent session and a mind-opening session for everybody. And I am sure the people, the way they look at virtual exhibition now, that perception is going to totally change. And people are going to take the most out of this exhibition which they are participating.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now I request Mayuri ji, if you can, I don't know, Sujit, can you make the screen is going to be shared by Sujit. Yeah. So basically, this is the going to be a login page for this particular exhibition. Sujit, can you please log in? Yeah. So once the visitor logs in, they are going to have a different experience. They are going to come across the holdings which are yet to be filled, and we are still waiting for sponsors to come in. You can grab these spaces. All right, we have this entrance again. Click to enter. Okay, again we have this help desk, and then still there are branding spaces available. Click here to proceed. All right, and this is going to be the lobby. Again, you can see there are multiple opportunities for branding. All right, then there is a button on the center. Click here to enter hall area. Okay, go to real estate. So these are the power teams basically, as what I showed you on the specification sheet. Okay, these are the power teams in which so just a power team for us, but then for the visitors it's going to be like a hall. Okay, so you need to decide smartly on in which power team or in which hall you need to your hall stall to be present. Can we have a view stall? Yeah, so this is how this is how the stall is going to look like. Okay, we have just set up a demo stall. Okay, so we are going to quickly show you, I mean, although we had multiple sessions for the demo, how the stall is going to look like and what all things are going to happen on the booth. Okay, we can quickly, take you to the chat option and the video calling option, how it functions. Okay, so the table which I showed you on the specification sheet about the stall representatives. Okay, this is how it is going to look like. Okay, your name, your designation, and the chat and the video chat option will be available for those who you select. All right. Let's first click on chat option. Okay, now let's say Sujit has clicked. Sujit as a visitor has clicked on the chat option, and he has clicked on the chat option in front of Mr. Mudit Agarwal. Okay, so Mudit is also online. He will be showing, the message that he will get. Continue to chat. All right. Use WhatsApp web. Close that. Use WhatsApp web. Okay. It's very simple, as we have been, saying multiple times. Why WhatsApp? Because we don't want you as an exhibitor to lose out on, to miss out any visitor. All right. So that is why we want them to connect with you over a WhatsApp. So simply, web WhatsApp gets open up. All right, and simple, the visitors will send a message, and you as an exhibitor, you will be straight away receiving the message on your mobile phone. So this is how he's sending a chat to Mudit Agarwal straight away. So Mudit ji, if you can just confirm whether you have received the message or not. Yeah. So he's talking now. Mudit ji is talking right now. I mean, chatting right now. So this is how simple it works. All right. Now, Sujit, if you can just go back to the booth, close this window, go back to the booth, and click on video chat. So this is how video chat will look like. I'll tell you how they come onto this page. So when they click on video chat, straight away this window gets open up. Okay, and he is joined straight away as a visitor. He will join you. So this is how it is.
Hi, mic testing. Welcome to AR Minds, Sujit ji.
You can even chat with them. You can even chat with them, share your screen, whatever you wish to do. You can do that along with the visitor on that particular platform. All right. So I think this is it from our side, and I hope all of you must have now opened up your mind, and you must be started. You must have started building up your own vision on how to participate and what all contents you need to put it up on the exhibition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Vishalji. Now that we have understood the importance of